Sleep Token have just released not only the most important album of their career, but perhaps the most pivotal album for heavy music in decades.
This feels like it's, again, a little bit more personal to the man behind Vessel.
Vessel knows something important about identity, which is that it's sticky.
Someone leaked the band's birth certificate. That's like, how does it, I don't need to say any more than that.
The band has long walked the line between anonymity and intimacy. But this time, it feels like the veil is slipping. As much as Even In Arcadia connects to the lore of the band, it's also about the human beneath the mask and what remains when worship fails. This is the story behind Even In Arcadia, how it came to be, the underlying meanings, and things that have not yet come to pass.
Stick to me like you're a man.
To get a true perspective on Even In Arcadia, we have to go back to the beginning when the band formed in 2016. Things were very different back then. Whilst they were an unknown entity, it was clear there was a vision for the band from the offset. In just 2 short years, they released the EPs 1 and 2, a cover of Outkast's Hey Ya, signed with Basic Records, and supported Loathe and Holding Absence on a UK tour.
During the pandemic, myself and Vessel just chatted, and we've been friends. The second ever Sleep Token show was supporting us and Loathe. Really, from the inception, Sleep Token have kind of, we've been there and they've been there. But yeah, we did a collab, and it was very much like first takes, you know what I mean? And just bouncing back and forth. And nothing ended up coming of it, but it was really good.
Sadly, the collaboration with Lucas Woodland of Holding Absence never saw the light of day, but hopefully one day it will. To date, there's been just a handful of interviews with Sleep Token. In 2017, Vessel stated this to Metal Hammer: "How we got here is as irrelevant as who we are. What matters is the music and the message. We are here to serve Sleep and project his message. Our identities are unimportant. Music is marketed on who is or isn't in a band. It's pushed, prodded, and molded into something it isn't. Vessel endeavors to keep the focus on his offerings." This line is crucial when understanding the meaning behind Sleep Token's music. Our entire society is now very dominated by personality. It doesn't matter if you're a musician, economist, or factory worker. Everyone seemingly has a TikTok, podcast, or YouTube channel to help promote themselves one way or another. And it's in this environment where the struggle exists between Sleep Token and the wider world. Following a fast rise in the UK metal scene, they would go on to sign with Spinefarm Records in 2019 and release the album Sundowning, This Place Will Become Your Tomb, and Take Me Back to Eden. Across this period, the band just completely exploded.
Checking out freaking Sleep Token, lad!
They've sold between 110 and 120,000 tickets.
Winner for Best Album goes to Sleep Token!
Mission accomplished, you might think. Every band's dream to blow up and for the focus to be on the music and not the personality. But sadly, like many things in life, there's a price for everything, and the dark side of success reared its ugly head. As the band continued to grow exponentially, selling 10,000 tickets in 10 minutes for their Wembley Arena show, and then growing even further after that, fans wanted to get closer and closer to the band, and it's here where things got to fever pitch.
Sleep Token have been doxxed. For those of you who are not aware, Sleep Token are taking big steps to get in front of this nightmare that was just thrown upon them.
One fan is alleged to have found and shared the birth certificate of bassist known as 3 online. This led to 3 deleting all of their social media accounts. The band would also later follow suit, wiping their socials, stating, "Nothing lasts forever." And whether that wipe was part of a coordinated album plan or not, there's no doubting that this series of events fundamentally changed the trajectory of Sleep Token's music, leading to the album Even In Arcadia. From the very beginning, Emergence feels less like a song and more like a rebirth in slow motion. The opening line, well, you were laid in verse, living on a promised word, paints a picture of someone raised on poetic ideals, now realizing those promises don't hold weight in the real world. And by the final verse, Vessel shifts from cryptic to cosmic. Solar flares for your dead gods, space dust for your fuel rods. This isn't just emotional fallout, it's nuclear. There's no going back. Emergence is about shredding who you are, even if it leaves you raw and ruined. There's also perhaps a reluctant acceptance about anonymity taking place within the band as well, with drummer 2 taking part in a Drumeo video series revealing yet more identity of the band.
I enjoy playing a track called The Summoning due to the live edition of a drum solo.
But the moment the penny truly dropped for fans that Even In Arcadia was addressing more than band lore was with the release of Caramel.
The way that was delivered ripped my heart out. I mean, it's sad to hear.
In these days of days, tell me, did I give you what you came for? I wish it all away, terrified to answer my own front door. There's no mysticism here. It's a breaking of the fourth wall, a way for Vessel to communicate directly to the fans about everything that's taken place so far. It's an incredible song, but one that's also difficult to accept. This then takes us to Damocles, a song that borrows its name from the legendary figure in the court of Dionysus II, who discovers the terrifying reality of power when a sword is suspended above his head by a single thread, a symbol of the perilous weight that comes with glory. Here, the band positions fame, expectation, and internal mental strain as the sword, with Vessel, the anonymous masked mouthpiece of Sleep Token, beneath it. The opening line, waking up under blades, blue blossom days, juxtaposes the serenity with threat. Vessel's mission is to bring the music as an offering to the god Sleep, acting as a priest, medium, and martyr. But what happens when the martyr burns out? Damocles, paired with Emergence and Caramel, reflects a trajectory from rebirth to disillusionment. The realization that paradise doesn't prevent pain, that even in Arcadia, there's rot beneath the soil.
Once people latch on to who you are, it can be really hard to change their perception and to change the relationship and have the relationship that you want to have with them.
And with the album now out, we can also take a look at the lyrics of Past Self. Gave away all my blessings, lift off, weightless, torn apart by the true believers that turned out to be faithless. Infinite baths, bursting colors when you laugh. Well, I have fought so long to be here, I am never going back. And the title track. No matter how we feel, we've got a taste for one another and a few good years to kill. No matter what is real, it seems that even in Arcadia, you walk beside me still. The story of Even in Arcadia is one that is truly bittersweet. The album's title offers a haunting clue to the band's emotional thesis. It nods to the phrase "Eta in Arcadia ego," often translated to "Even in paradise, there is death." Perhaps this line from Damocles sums up the feeling best. And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. While Sleep Token have remained steadfast in protecting their physical anonymity, it's the emotional masks that are beginning to slip. The unmasking of a band is often inevitable. Kiss, Slipknot, Ghost, and many more all eventually revealed the faces behind the personas. But with Sleep Token, the unmasking may take a different form. Not the removal of literal masks, but the stripping away of everything else. The guardedness, the mythology, the distance. As their music grows more raw and confessional, the barrier between the band and the listener continues to dissolve. We may never see their faces, but emotionally, we're already seeing more than ever before. And with headline performances at the likes of Download Festival set to establish them even further as one of the most important bands in the scene, Even in Arcadia marks more than just a musical milestone. It feels like a point of no return. If Take Me Back to Eden was the end of an era, Even in Arcadia is the echo that follows. The one that says, we made it, but look at what it cost us. Thanks for watching our video on Sleep Tokens Even in Arcadia. For more from Prime Audio Radio, simply hit the subscribe button, or you can listen to our radio station 24/7 at primeaudioradio.com.